It was supposed to be a private moment of mourning. King Charles had passed unexpectedly, an event that shocked the world and shook the foundation of the British monarchy. But what should have united the royal family in grief instead exposed the deepest fracture ever witnessed within the House of Windsor. As the black veil of national mourning descended over the United Kingdom, a darker truth emerged behind the palace gates. Prince William, now the de facto head of the monarchy, had privately placed blame for Charles's sudden death on his own brother, Prince Harry. The confrontation didn't happen in public. It was behind closed doors, in a secure room at Clarence House, just days after The's funeral. Insiders described the scene as chilling. William, dressed in mourning black, slammed a dossier onto the table in front of Harry, a dossier reportedly containing communication logs, intelligence briefings, and a timeline of stressors that allegedly exacerbated the king's declining health. The implication was clear. Harry's actions, the interviews, the tell-all memoir, the lawsuits, the public criticism of the institution, had contributed to the immense strain on their father. Strain, William argued, that may have accelerated the king's deteriora condition, and ultimately, his death Harry was stunned. He had returned to London hoping to pay respects, and perhaps find a path toward reconciliation. What he received was an accusation that cut deeper than any rift before. But this wasn't just personal grief turning into blame. According to royal insiders, William's fury was amplified by a far more dangerous realization: the line of succession was under threat. In the wake of Charles's death, questions of leadership and legitimacy began to swirl. For months, rumor #s had circulated in certain political circles suggesting that Harry, now living in California, but still technically in the line of succession, might seek to reassert some form of influence over the crown. His growing popularity in America, his media partnerships, and Meghan's strategic public appearance #s had led some to speculate about a possible attempt to redefine royal power from outside the monarchy. William wasn't just grieving a father. He was preparing for battle. Behind palace doors, a war room was activated. Legal advisors combed through constitutional law. Security briefings were intensified. Trusted allies of the late king were summoned for confidential meetings. The monarch once a symbol of quiet continuity, had turned into a fortress preparing for siege. And Harry? He was left isolated, unwelcome in both the palace and the public eye. British tabloids published damning headlines suggesting he had abandoned his father in his inal days. Public sentiment, once divided, began shifting. Even once sympathetic voices began to question whether R's campaign against the monarchy had gone too far, and whether it had cost him not just his title, but his father's life. For Meghan, the fallout was equally severe. She was not present at the private funeral gatherings, reportedly by mutual decision. Her silence on social media only deepened suspicions. Some royal watcher speculated that she had advised Harry not to attend at all, fearing political ramifications in the U.S. Others claimed she was already preparing a media resp #once, a documentary, perhaps, to reclaim the narrative. Inside the palace, Queen Camilla was said to be devastated, both by her husband's passing and the unraveling of the family. A source close to her revealed that she had warned Charles repeatedly that the ongoing feud between the brothers was more than just personal. It was becoming a matter of national stability. And now, with Charles gone, the conflict had erupted into something far more dangerous: a succession crisis. William began taking rapid steps. He convened constitutional experts to ensure the line of succession remained unshakable. He demanded new legal protections that would prevent any exiled royal, particularly one with foreign allegiances, from making claims on the throne. And he initiated plans to reshape the monarchy in his image: leaner, more disciplined, and absolutely loyal. But behind all these moves was a grief-fueled rage. A belief that his own brother had, through #lessness and ego, destroyed the final years of their father's life. No apology was offered. No forgiveness was given. Harry left London days later without fanfare, flying back to California on a private jet, alone. He was seen at the airport, head down, wedding ring still on, but shoulders heavy with more than just loss. The monarchy would continue. The crown would par #SS. But the family at its heart, once bound by duty and blood, had shattered beyond repair. And in the eyes of the future king,